How live service games are cheapening gaming. Hero Economics here. Long ago, games had staying power. They were made, sold for a console or PC, and they were the start of legendary franchises. Those franchises continued for many console generations, and then one of those franchises, Halo probably, created online multiplayer. Online multiplayer was made so people who liked the offline game could play together in a vast new world, the internet. As time passed, more games included online multiplayer, and then someone got greedy. In an Elder Scrolls game, someone decided to sell horse armor. The first microtransaction began. MMOs were a thing for a long time, but some corporate loser decided to try and use that style of gameplay to make as much money as possible. Someone must have thought, what if we made a game that's only online multiplayer? And we sell as many accessories as possible. The live service game was born. Now, I'm not going to say that all live service games are bad. They aren't. Helldivers 2 and Arc Raiders are really good, and so are Overwatch and Marvel Rivals and Fortnite. But there are many live service games that were made only to steal cash from you. Suicide Squad of the Justice League was a bad game made by Rocksteady, WB, and WB Incorporated, a thieving, swindling consulting company. Every game they helped make has been done worse than the games that came before it. With Suicide Squad, you got a looking game because Rocksteady used to make good looking games with horrible story and ridiculous microtransactions. $24 skins, guns, and other accessories. Lazy live service stuff forced onto a most likely single player offline game. 4 playable characters at launch, 4 more that will be drip fed to us over a year, and all of them work the same. They all jump and shoot, even though they're all differently trained people. No more characters available, but skins of them and guns themed after them are for sale. This game should never have been live service. They put almost all the story in the launch content. The Justice League were all idiots and fell for an obvious trap set by Brainiac. He captured everyone but Wonder Woman and Flash and started making them help him take over the city. Argus, the DC version of the US government, decides to send 3 of the weakest members of the Suicide Squad and King Shark in a runaway train with guns and their signature weapons and go and fight Brainiac, the corrupt Justice League, and his army of henchmen all by themselves. They tried and failed miserably against Batman and the weakest member of the Justice League that's in the game. And if it wasn't for Flash, they would all have been killed. Flash stops Batman from killing Harley, and Batman beats the heck out of him. He then calls Brainiac and tells him that they are ready for phase. They teleport away and leave the incapacitated members of the Suicide Squad behind to enjoy a parody of the Arkham Batman experience. Batman games in the Batman Experience Museum. After this fight, things changed. The Suicide Squad members that were taken down in seconds by Green Lantern and Batman are suddenly able to beat them, Flash and Superman, with guns and plot contrivances. And yet, one woman dies while fighting Superman because the Suicide Squad didn't fire a shot. Eventually, they beat fake Superman and then get teleported by Brainiac. Right before they get assimilated, they get teleported out of Vilex. And eventually, they go back and beat Brainiac. After the copy of the Flash boss fight, they find out that there are 12 more Brainiacs because it's a live service game. But all of them and 4 more characters are not available yet. It'll take over a whole year for that to happen. And during each break between seasons, more and more better games came out. After the launch content, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, Black Myth Wukong, South Park, Snow Day, Last Ronin, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and others came out. And then came Season 1 of Suicide Squad. We got one new character, Joker, often called the Jonkler, and I am still shocked that someone tried to report me on YouTube for that, calling him that. Jonkler was a young, gay fanfiction version of the Joker, with a prosthetic leg and penguin's umbrella. He could fly and slide around with it and blast himself into the air. When he was powered up enough, he could open the umbrella and drop bombs out of it over enemies. He also had a mace he could flail at enemies to shield harvest, but he also used the same guns everyone else uses. The lazy gameplay style continues. Every fan of this game hoped that Jonkler would save it, that his inclusion would bring the player count up, and it did. It went from around 200 people to over 1,000, at least for a little while. The first season was the blueprint for all the others, at least to the end. One new character to play as, more insulting guns and skins that should have been playable characters, and not much story. Yes, you can have the new character go through the crappy story of the launch content again, and they will have new things to say sometimes, but that's about it. Each season of Suicide Squad was a waste. The game should never have been live service, and all making it that way did was weaken its already paltry launch content. You could play as the best characters. They changed the gameplay style from free flow combat to Fortnite style to chase the live service trend. Each season was bare bones and not worth waiting for. Yes, from season 2 on, you saved a member of the Justice League that was captured by the Brainiac you beat during that season. You got Flash in season 2 and Green Lantern in season 3. In season 4, the game ended. You got Mrs. Freeze, Kimberly Lawless, and Old Man Deathstroke to help us Green Lantern and Flash beat the last copies of Brainiac. They then get to the real Brainiac Slayer, get to the real Brainiac Slayer, and Batman and Superman get free and knock him out. The Suicide Squad members I would rather play as Kid Ivy, Kid Toyman, Gizmo, and Penguin deactivate the August neck bombs and teleport to the Skull ship. Then the Suicide Squad teleport the defeated Brainiac to the Justice League building, along with instructions on how Waller had better tell the story about what happened, or they will have Lois Lane publish top secret stuff about Argus. And that was the end of the game. Thankfully, they had offline mode. So the game didn't end up like Concord or many other failed like service games after the servers were turned off. But all that's there is the crappy Sweet Baby story. I have no interest in playing that thing more than once. That is not something you want people to say about your live service game. Sadly, the temptation to make a crappy, greedy live service game like Fortnite will always be there. Now, Fortnite is not a bad game. In fact, it's better than Suicide Squad in so many ways. You can play as way more characters, and each season gives you more of them, and they don't all play the same. But not everything needs to be Fortnite. Suicide Squad should have been a true sequel to the Batman Arkham Universe games. So instead, it was an insult to them, and was only made live service to steal more money from you. The lessons people need to learn from games like this are never chase trends. If you're going to, do it right. Don't sacrifice the soul of your franchise for them. You can make a good game, you make a good live service game, but you can't make a good woke game. Never make a woke game your headline game, and never make a live service game woke. I'm your webcomic, and if you combine woke and live service together, you get some of the worst games ever. Lazy and greedy, chopped up things, and whatever content there is crap. Woke is for indies, original indies, offline single player indies. How does did the live service games cheapen games? By trying to do as little work as possible for as much pay as possible. Can jump and shoot gameplay have variety? Yes. Have each character jump differently and shoot differently. Don't make them all feel the same when they all are different people. I'm your webcomics. Check me out on YouTube and DeviantArt. The video is over now.